Welcome to our tutorial on loops in JavaScript. In this video, we'll explore loops, a feature in JavaScript that allows us to execute code repeatedly. Let's dive in. Suppose you want to print the phrase, "Watch me, I can win," multiple times. Instead of writing it out multiple times, we can use a loop. A loop is a control structure that allows us to repeat a block of code multiple times. Let's take a look at the flowchart of a loop statement. As you can see, the code inside the loop block executes multiple times until the given condition becomes false. JavaScript provides different types of loops to handle repeated execution of code, for loop and while loop. The while loop repeats a block of code as long as a given condition is true. Let's do a program to print n in natural numbers using while loop. First, let's create a variable to store the number the user enters. Now, we'll ask the user to enter a number using a prompt. Let's create another variable named counter and initializes it with the value 1. This variable will be used to keep track of which natural number we are currently on during the loop. Here's the loop that will print the numbers. The loop will continue to execute the code inside the curly braces as long as the condition counter less than or equals to num is true. This ensures the loop iterates until all natural numbers from 1 to num are printed. The closing curly brace marks the end of the while loop. Use document.write to print the current value of the counter variable, which represents the natural number we want to display. Insert a line break, br, after each number using document.write. This improves readability by moving the cursor to the next line for the next number. Increments the value of the counter by 1. This ensures the loop moves to the next natural number in the subsequent iteration. Save and run the program. Enter a natural number. The output will be a series of natural numbers, each followed by a line break, starting from 1 up to the number entered by the user. Moving next, for loop. JavaScript offers two types of for loops, the standard for loop and the for in loop. The standard for loop is ideal when you know exactly how many times you need to repeat a task. On the other hand, the for in loop is used as an iterator, allowing you to iterate over each item in an object one after another. This process of moving through each item in an object, one after another, is known as iteration. Let's do the previous program using the for loop. Prompts the user to enter a number using the prompt function. The number function converts the entered text to a numeric data type and stores it in the variable num. Initiates a for loop. The part within the parentheses is called the loop initializer. It has three parts separated by semicolons. This initializes a variable named counter with the value 1. This variable will be used to iterate through the loop. This sets the condition for the loop to continue executing. The loop will run as long as the counter is less than or equal to the number entered by the user. This part updates the value of the counter by 1 after each iteration of the loop. This ensures the loop progresses to the next natural number. Writes the current value of the counter variable to the HTML document using the document.write function. Since this line is inside the loop, it will print each number from 1 up to the number entered by the user. Inserts a line break, br, after each number using document.write. This improves readability by creating space between the printed numbers. Save and run the program. Enter a number. It will print each natural number from 1 up to the entered number, each followed by a line break. That's it. Thank you.